Okay, guys, moving on from galaxy, our next one would be nebula. A nebula is a cloud of gas and dust where stars are formed, and that's why we call them the star nursery. This is an important one to remember. They love to ask questions about this one. After that, we've got star. Here's a picture of our star. It's called the sun, right? And pretty much a star is a ball of gas, primarily hydrogen and helium. And what's really specific about a star, and something that you're going to notice on one of the questions it asks, it's asking about the definition of a star. Really important to remember that the star is the only one that's having nuclear fusion happen at the core. So what's really happening is a hydrogen atom and another hydrogen atom are fusing to form a helium atom. If you remember, hydrogen has one proton, so one proton plus one proton equals two protons, which makes a helium atom. That's an important one to remember. All right, smaller than a star is going to be a planet. I didn't want to use a picture of planet Earth because that's boring. So instead, I used a picture of Saturn, which is a very cool looking planet. And the only thing you need to remember about a planet is that it orbits a star. And then actually even smaller than a planet, we have one more thing, which is called a moon. Moons orbit planets and they are known as natural satellites. So they're not like the man-made satellites that we put up there to use our cell phones. They're actually natural satellites that go around the planet. All right. There's probably going to be, I think, one question about sizes. So make sure you remember Uncle Gary needs some pretty mamacitas to remember your size comparison. All right. For components of the universe, you're also going to have a question involving the HR diagram. So if you recall, the HR diagram is a graph we use to compare brightness. It can sometimes compare size, like in this one. It can compare color of star, and it always is going to be used to compare the temperature. So just remember that the temperature is where it gets a little tricky because unlike normal graphs, or not normal graphs, but most graphs that we see, it increases as we move from right to left as opposed to left to right. We're used to seeing it increase the other way. So make sure you pay close attention to that. There is only one question on the SLO on HR diagram. I did it that way because it's kind of just like the STAR test. Now on the STAR test, it wouldn't be in color. So on your SLO test, it's not going to be in color either. It's going to look something like this. And if you notice, this HR diagram has everything on it. It's got temperature, luminosity, spectral class, magnitude, everything there to kind of scare you, right? Don't get scared. Pretty easy to read. Remember that there were 4 types of stars: our supergiants, giants, main sequence stars, and white dwarfs. And if you recall, the sun, our star, is a main sequence star, and it's situated about right here on the HR diagram. I believe the question that you got is referring to the sun, so just remember that the sun is right there. Make sure you read closely to compare it and to get it right. All right, that pretty much wraps up our review. I hope this helps. Let me just go over how the test is going to be formatted. It is going to be a Google form, so it's going to be just like what we've been doing, right? Nothing confusing. There are going to be 4 sections. So the first section is just some personal information, your ID number, what period you have me, all that stuff. And then each section after that is the 4 questions for each SLO. And I did limit it to 4. It used to be 5, but I cut it down to 4, so it's a little bit simpler for you guys. So since there are 4 questions, each question is going to count 25 points for a total of 300 points. Try your best. Make sure you use a calculator. Like we say in class, you have a calculator on your phone. Please use it. If you don't have one on your phone, find one in your house. There is going to be at least one question that you need a calculator. Just a little motivation here. This is my daughter. So yeah, good luck, guys. I know you can do it. Try your best and motivate your classmates to do so as well. Have a great day and thanks so much.